Another thing we're doing where we've changed, um, I think this is breakthrough in the world of ballet. We tried it last year where the audience can follow. So it's not going to be like opera where it's literal translation of everything.
กลับมาอีกครั้งหนึ่งแล้วนะครับสำหรับ International Festival of Dance and Music ซึ่งครั้งนี้เป็นครั้งที่26นะครับก็มาพร้อมกับการแสดง18รอบตลอด6สัปดาห์นะครับซึ่งจะเริ่มขึ้นในวันที่7กันยายนนี้ไปจนถึงวันที่20ตุลาคมเลยนะครับผมเข้าไปส่องดูโปรแกรมเนี่ยก็มีบัลเล่นะครับมีการแสดงดนตรีคลาสสิกมี Modern and Contemporary Dance นะครับแล้วมี Ice Skating ด้วยนะครับและเช่นเคยครับเราได้รับเกียรติอย่างสูงครับจากคุณร ซีนา โอเบรอยกรรมการผู้จัดการหรือว่า Managing Director ของ International Cultural Promotions นะครับซึ่งก็คือบริษัทที่อยู่เบื้องหลังความสำเร็จของงานนี้ตลอด25ปีที่ผ่านมาครั้งนี้เป็นครั้งที่26แล้วนะครับ A very warm welcome and good day to you Rosina how are you doing
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. We're doing great. We're counting down 2.5 weeks left only. So yeah, super excited. This year is very dance oriented, so get those dancing shoes out.
Well, I've been following the news online and also, some of the buzz. Some of the performances, some of the shows are already sold out. Do we even need this interview, Rosina?
Yes, of course, because this interview, we have made this festival happen together, all of us. We have managed to put Bangkok on the cultural map of the world. We have managed to bring Thailand and tell everybody that we have these amazing shows. We've become the soft power for Thailand, so, high-end tourists coming in. This is what we want to do, attract high-end tourists to come, even if they don't come to watch our shows, but at least they think of Bangkok, they think of Thailand. They're like, oh, wow, you're not only just party hub there. Yeah, so and not only that, also to tell people that the shows have sold out because in the past, everybody has a very last minute attitude. I'll buy my ticket closer to time. So this time we promoted really far up front. So the tickets, some shows sold out. So just to train people that, hey, you can't wait.
Well, thank you and congratulations. I still remember the very first interview I did with your dad, the very first year when the festival kicked off here in Thailand. And, we've come a long way. So I'm glad to be a part of this promotion as well and the publicity for the event as well. So thank you for having me as well to do this interview. Rosina, we talked about the pressure for the Silver Jubilee celebration, and you have Zubin Mehta last year. And, we were just thinking what could come after Silver Jubilee? And there you are, Bolshoi. How did you manage to get them Bolshoi Theater from all the way from Russia?
Yes. Well, firstly, thank you to you for, always supporting us and for supporting the arts. We love people like you, and you've grown with the festival. I'm sure the first time, even when you interviewed my dad, being the founder of the festival, you probably never saw ballet in your life. But fast forward now, you love ballet. Well, you view it as a sport. You love ballet because you view it as a sport like I do. Bolshoi, we've been working on Bolshoi for, I'd say 15, 20 years. My dad has been working with them and trying to bring them, but they don't travel. They can't because they are like Muk, they are the draw of their city. People go to Russia, people go to Moscow. You have to go to the Bolshoi. So obviously they're not going to move. But anyways, my dad had the opportunity to address President Putin at the end of last year at a cultural forum. And he said it straight up over there, we've been working with the Bolshoi and we want them to come. And President Putin basically ordered and said, get it happening. So there you go. We've got 170 artists coming to perform Swan Lake, which is the original Swan Lake that was performed in 1877. Bolshoi Ballet Theater was first commissioned to ever perform Swan Lake. So we're going to get to see that. I mean, Yuri Grigorovich's version, but still, it's going to be so exciting. I've never seen Bolshoi in Moscow. you know, so it's to have them come here is really amazing. Yeah.
I know all we heard is like, it's the hottest and the toughest ticket to get, even when you're in Moscow. So, but now it's here in Thailand, and I heard it's sold out as well, right? For
We have a
Bolshoi.
few tickets here and there, you know,
Okay.
you can still, I mean, you can still find, it's not, you know, it may not be the seat of your choice. But yeah, most of the tickets are
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, we're really pleased. I'm everybody's going to be in for a really, really fun evening and afternoon.
Yep. Apart from Bolshoi, I also saw Marie Antoinette, and you have already a built-in publicity from the Olympics. Now everyone
Yeah.
is talking about Marie Antoinette. So, but this is a ballet. So tell us a bit about this production.
So this one is a contemporary ballet from London Ballet in Biarritz in France. And the choreographer is very, very well known for doing contemporary style. So we're not seeing a classical ballet. We're going to be seeing a contemporary dance. And it's super cool. The costumes by Jorge Gallardo, they're just amazing. You know, so for a fashionista, this is the show you have to come and see. It's really like being on the runway. You know, whilst dance is very, very important here, they're really focusing on the costumes. You know, those are the main elements of it. But what we have special with this is we have the Royal Opera House of Versailles Chamber Orchestra that's going to be performing here. And they've never left Versailles. So this is their first ever coming to Thailand to come and perform. So we're getting the original from Versailles to come and perform for us over here. So it's an unusual dance ballet, I would say. Definitely cheap now, not from the usual classical ballets that we see. So it is very fun. So you're not going to see a lot of jewelry and crowns and costumes, I would say very decadent things that usually you and I would associate with, you know, decadence. It's more along the lines of subtly put, but the coloring, the choreography, beautiful. The color scheme is just, I mean, this is Marie Antoinette. How can you even ever imagine this kind of color scheme when you look at Marie Antoinette? So it's yeah, we really like their pictures. So that's going to be very, very, and the music is Haydn and Gluck, right? So it's music that we're familiar with. We've heard it before. We may not associate with what it is. So yeah, audiences are going to be really, really, well, you know, they're going to go leaving very happy.
Many firsts for this year's festival, but also many fixture of the festival as well. Like, you know, the permanent fixtures like Swan Lake, the Nutcracker. You know, we bring it every now and then, and kids love them as well. So what's different from the previous years for Swan Lake and for the Nutcracker?
So first, we always have to that because our Thai audience loves Swan Lake. They love Nutcracker, you know, and like we said, for the kids, but this time the Nutcracker is being done by the Tokyo City Ballet. You know, so it's a newer ballet. I would say about 50 years old. However, it's still a classical ballet, and you know, we have to give A+ to Japanese for precision. So you can imagine their dancers are going to be on point, perfectly poised, dancing that we're going to get from them. And they're coming a full ensemble, full cast and everything. That's for the Nutcracker. For Swan Lake, we have Bolshoi Classical, but we have Swan Lake on ice. So actually building the ice skating rink on the cultural center stage, 15,000 tons of ice. It'll take a few days to settle in, to freeze. And yeah, it's the performance, whilst it's Swan Lake with the music, but it's more about ice skating, the show. And we call these, now in the festival, we do something called entry-level show and sophisticated shows. So entry-level shows are for our new target audience, you know, that we are trying to introduce to come to be exposed to the world of dance, music, the arts, culture, you know, who never have gone before, and their parents have never taken them also. So it's a lot about the spins, the turns of what you see in ice skating competitions usually, but, you know, infused with a little bit of a storyline and with the music, you know. But oh my God, wait, one thing I forgot to tell you. Another thing we're doing where we've changed. I think this is breakthrough in the world of ballet. We tried it last year, and we actually are running story synopsis, just one-liners, on
Ah,
boards where the audience can follow. So it's not going to be like opera where it's literal translation of everything. It's just going to let you know that, okay, now, Princess Odile is in the room and she's with Siegfried. Now Odette is coming. So because sorry, I don't want to be rude and gender, phobia over here, but guys, I normally see them, they're sleeping either when they come to watch the ballet or it's really hard because it's a lot of creative interpretation. And maybe they're not into that, even with my own husband, I'm kind of like, look at it as a sport. Look at their muscles. Look at how long they had to work, in the gym for just to
yeah,
be able to make the similarities with gymnastics, like all the floor.
exactly.
Okay, we're not doing actual cartwheels because we want our ballerinas to be super beautiful. And so, but then to follow along the story, no matter everybody reads your little synopsis and your program book in advance, it's never the same. So when we tried it last year with Eefman Ballet with Anna Karenina, even the ballet director there was like, oh, this is a really good idea. I think we're going to adopt it. So for our entry level, and somebody who's never seen ballet before, you've got the story running now. Don't have to be stressed out knowing the story in advance. And you can just watch and know what's going and the story to help you. So this is going to be a game changer for ballet.
I wish we had that when I was a beginner as well. The would have been different for the
I
experience.
loved having those subtitles when I saw it. I really enjoyed the show
Yeah,
last year,
yeah,
even more because I really knew what was going on.
yeah. And then it's a perfect, exquisite blend of sports and arts as well for ballet. So, and another refreshing thing this year, when I look at the program, as a news person, all we see of Israel right now is war. But then you also have a performance from Israel and also Uzbekistan. Tell us a bit about that.
So first and foremost, what we like to say is the arts has no boundaries.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty of the arts. It really, really merges and brings people together. Like, for example, on Swan Lake on ice and Peter Pan on ice lovely for our families, we've got Russian skaters and Ukrainian skaters dancing together. Okay, there you go. We've got an Israeli contemporary dance company, super cool, flowing movements. We've seen a lot of the kids studying dance in school would be interested in this. At the same time, we also have Paul Taylor Dance Company, also another contemporary dance group from the US, from New York, and this one is all about, I'd say, life after 9/11.
Oh.
So you've got jazz music with Duke Ellington in the background. So again, we're familiar with the music, but then with movement and dance on stage. So again, you've got the US, you've got Israel, we've got Russia, we've got Ukraine, we've got China. We don't care. Everybody's coming together, and we're all gonna have a blast together.
You're doing what the United Nations should be doing, actually.
Well, that's what we said, and so we really, and with Uzbekistan also, this company actually has never come to Thailand, and in fact, it's their first ever to Asia. And I like to make this analogy even with Bolshoi, is that if Taylor Swift is #1 in the pop world, we all think she is, well, we all say she is. Well, Bolshoi is #1 in the world of ballet and classical. So, Thailand, we do have the power to attract #1 in the world, So even for Uzbekistan, it's their first time ever coming to Asia. It's a really big contingent. 80 of them are coming. And they're performing Mahler 5, which is, I would say, the most difficult, symphony to perform. Very, very difficult, but they're on it. They're on for the challenge, and we're going to be in for a real treat for everyone here.
Rosina, you've been doing this.
We can't forget the Chinese.
Oh yeah, Chinese. Oh yeah.
So they're actually performing 2 Italian operas because it's Puccini's centenary. But what we've done is that we've got the soprano and the tenor coming in from Italy. So now you have an infusion of diplomatic relations with Italy and China. So you've got the Italians performing with the Chinese, in a Bangkok setting. So now we really have, like you said, UN going on over here.
We
So
are,
that's super exciting because
yeah,
you've got 200 plus Chinese on stage, well, with their orchestra. And so for performing La Boheme and Turandot.
Toronto.
So
Yeah. What keeps you excited year after year, Rosina? I mean, I won't be asking, which one is your favorite, because, as a as a company that brings all of this, you to be politically correct, you have to like all the shows. But I mean, what keeps you excited?
well, lots of things, what really drives me today is that the audience, when I look at the newer audience, when I come out and I meet people and they see me and they're like, wow, Rosina, we finally know what you do. For years I've been saying, oh, I can't, September, October, I can't do anything, I can't travel. And they've seen our posters, but they've never really known what it is. And many haven't even really come in. It's because they always felt the shows were very complicated and difficult. Ballet, oh my God, am I ever going to understand? Like we have Spartacus, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is going to be testosterone filled. You got 80 guys on stage, completely ripped, cut, dancing from the Novosibirsk Theater, And this is also a very fascinating theater because they were the first theater to be built during World War II. So again, quite new for Russian standards, So they incorporated and infused a lot of newer techniques into their style of dancing, as well as in their, sets and decorations, So they're coming with 3 shows. So again, really big. They've got Spartacus, Don Quixote. That is really my favorite ballet, actually. The music, music is so wonderful, and it's so happy. It's so colorful. It's Spanish, after all, right? We all like to see some flamenco, red, so a lot of passion, but happy. And then they have Carmen Sweet, again, super seductive, sexy. She has a few lovers, and I love that in this world today, with women being allowed to showcase, our love and lust, just as men were always predominantly doing it in the past.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I said, it's very dance focused this year, but for a reason we've got classical, contemporary. It's a combination of different kinds of dance.
Yeah, sounds liberating. So in closing, Rosina, personally, as a person, at a personal level, what do you get out of this?
Okay, so you remember I told you about our student outreach program that we launched a couple of years ago. So now we're in our year 3, and that's what brings humility back on the board. I mean, for me, even personally, the festival started when my dad founded it 25 years ago, was really to raise the standard of dance and music in Thailand. And yes, whilst it's done that, because now we see 35 to 40,000 people in the audience, and most of them, everybody is Thai. But at the same time, now you see so many younger kids studying dance, studying music, and actually putting it through as a profession. You see all the opera singers who go around all the restaurants who are singing. This is their profession, and the festival has helped a lot into promoting this profession. So whilst we have shows for underprivileged kids also, but at the same time, all the master classes, getting the wows of the world to come and interact with our local Thai kids, and even for them to see this and be inspired and say, wow, I can be on that stage one day. I mean, eventually it's really, really going to be our goal, the festival's goal, to get some of the Thai kids to be on that international stage. We have the talent, we need to nurture this talent, and we're going to get them up there. So yeah, I think for me, that's personally what I've really, really enjoyed doing as part of the festival. I've learned a lot also. I have not grown up in the world of classical, music. I don't dance, I don't sing. I was a banker, so, and then to transition and suddenly go into performing arts, for me also, it's new, like 25 years ago, just by going to see the shows, I learned to like the shows and like some and not like some, and everybody is like that. We have our favorites, and we
Mhm.
don't like some kinds of shows also,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
that's allowed.
Well, it boosts the confidence and also humbles you as well. So thank you so much once again, Rosina, for doing all this,
Thank you.
for putting us on the world map year after year. อย่าชักช้านะครับชอบโชว์ไหนเนี่ยต้องรีบจองเลยนะครับเพราะว่า sold out ไปก็หลายโชว์แล้วเหมือนกันนะครับ Thank you so much, Rosina, once again for your time and look forward to seeing you and wish you all the best.
ขอบคุณนะคะคุณวรินทร์ Thank you so much นะคะ Bye ค่ะ See everybody at the shows.
Bye bye.